What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new football news video, and this absolutely shocked me. Rafa Benitez is in talks to take over as the new manager of Everton, the big city rivals of Liverpool FC. And what do you think about this news? We will talk a lot about the details, but first, if you enjoy these videos, leave a like and subscribe if you are new around here, and if you want to stay up to date with the Liverpool transfer news. And the brand new Liverpool Carrywood episode is dropping later tonight. I'm already uploading it, so it will be live later in the afternoon, so make sure to check back on the channel. So Phil McNulty, a BBC Sport journalist, is reporting that Rafa Benitez is in prime position to be offered the Everton manager's job after a third round of talks with Everton. And wow, what a bombshell. And I think appointing Rafa Benitez, a Champions League winner with Liverpool, after Carlo Ancelotti, another Champions League winner, would be a brilliant bit of business by Everton. But I'm not gonna lie, the emotional fan in me would absolutely hate to see it happen. Rafa Benitez is still one of my favorite managers. When he went to Chelsea, that was also a bitter pill to swallow, but Chelsea are not as big of a direct rival to Liverpool as Everton are. And yes, Everton are not a rival in terms of in the league positions, but you know, they are the city rivals, and you would hate to see Rafa Benitez managing Everton and potentially getting them back into Europe, getting them back into maybe even the Champions League, because the funds that Everton have, all they need is a very good manager. I'm not saying Carlo Ancelotti isn't a good manager, but it's just something didn't work at Everton. I think they were in prime position to finish in the top 4, but they really messed it up. They ended up in 10th place, which is an awful finish considering that Everton spent more money than Liverpool in the past 2 or 3 years. Nuno Espirito Santo, another manager who was at Wolves last season, was also considered, and Belgium coach Roberto Martinez, who used to be an Everton manager, also has admirers. But Rafa Benitez is the firm favorite. How does that make you feel? Let me know in the comments below. And he could become the first man to manage both Liverpool and Everton. And I consider whatever happens, even if Rafa Benitez ends up at Everton, whatever happens, he will be forever a Liverpool legend, no matter what. But his legacy will be somewhat tainted. There will be, you know, a bad mark on his legacy as a Liverpool manager if he becomes an Everton manager. Same with Michael Owen, who was one of the biggest Liverpool legends before he decided to join Manchester United. I consider this move on a similar level. Maybe Michael Owen playing for Man United was even worse than Benitez becoming manager of Everton. You can understand from a professional point of view why he would do that, because his family lives in Liverpool and he's involved with great charities in Liverpool as well. But I find it quite funny that once Rafa Benitez called Everton a small club, and he actually clarified those comments previously on Monday Night Football on Sky Sports. He clarified, and I watched that back this morning. He clarified that he was meant to say Everton is a small team, not the club is small, but the players and the team was small because of their mentality to just defend against Liverpool. And yeah, it was a pretty petty comment, and of course Liverpool fans loved it that their manager is giving stick to Everton. But I'm not sure how the Everton fans would feel about Rafa Benitez potentially becoming Everton manager. And as I said, I absolutely hated to see Rafa Benitez going to Chelsea, winning the Europa League, and also guiding Chelsea to a 3rd place finish, especially because Chelsea fans gave Rafa Benitez so much stick. They absolutely hated him, and that was a lot closer to his Liverpool reign. Now that he managed a lot of other clubs, maybe the vitriol, maybe the hatred among Liverpool fans will be a little bit less, but it still will be there. Some Liverpool fans would never forgive him for going to Everton. Others maybe who are like international fans, they don't live in the city, maybe they will be more understanding. But let me know, where do you stand on this debate in the comments below. I would love to hear, if Rafa Benitez becomes Everton manager, do you think his legacy at Liverpool will be tainted? Do you think that Liverpool fans should absolutely hate him and boo him when he comes back to Anfield? I don't think so. I think that would be like booing him and hating him for that. That would be a little bit harsh, because ultimately Rafa Benitez is a Spanish manager. He doesn't have he wasn't growing up as a Liverpool fan, and yes, he became probably a Liverpool fan during his time at Liverpool, but you have to understand that he's a model professional. He's one of the most hardworking, most professional football coaches out there. And even in the Sky Sports Monday Night Football segment that I was talking about earlier, Rafa Benitez said that first and foremost he is a professional and he will just do what feels right for his career. And yes, he is closer to the Liverpool fans in the city, but he also, because of the charity, is in contact with a lot of Everton fans as well. And I had a feeling that he just left the door open for the Everton job. He didn't categorically say, no, I would never manage Everton, I would never go there because of my Liverpool roots or because of my affiliation with Liverpool Football Club. He left the door open and basically didn't want to cut ties and just rule anything out. At that time he was managing of Dalian Yifang, a Chinese club, and he had a good spell there. He earned a lot of money. Dalian Yifang didn't go anywhere really in the Chinese league, but they developed the club and took it to the next level. The good news about this whole thing is that a lot of time has passed since Rafa Benitez's time at Liverpool. Remember that he was sacked in like 2011 or something like that. There are almost 10 years since then, and Rafa Benitez has managed Chelsea, Newcastle, and he managed in China. So you shouldn't be too harsh on him, but you also have to be honest, it's not a good look when you are a Liverpool legend and you go to the city rivals to be the manager. At England, probably that's the most unacceptable thing to do out of any countries. Don't think there are this like heated rivalry between football supporters anywhere else in the world. Probably maybe Real Madrid, Barcelona, and that's it. And Sky Sports and even Talksport, Jim White has reported, who has close ties to the Everton owner Moshiri, that Benitez is in talks with Everton and he is the likely man to succeed Carlo Ancelotti. But you can't really argue with Rafa Benitez's CV. He won a bucket load of trophies almost anywhere there where he goes, and also he managed to keep up Newcastle, he managed to get them promoted, and also he won the Europa League with Valencia, he won the Champions League, the FA Cup with Liverpool, he won the Europa League with Chelsea, and other trophies as well. I think he was the manager of Real Madrid at one point as well. And I mean, there are not many Champions League managers out there, Champions League winning managers out there who would manage Everton. I mean, Carlo Ancelotti was a huge coup, but you know, as soon as Real Madrid came calling, Ancelotti was always going to leave Everton, because like you just can't turn down Real Madrid when you are the manager of Everton. That's just, and also Carlo Ancelotti was their manager before and he had a great success there. And I want to quote what Rafa Benitez said on the Monday Night Football show. He said, "I made a mistake when I said Everton was a small club. What I wanted to say was they are a small team, because in this game I remember they had one chance and they were defending all game. Liverpool fans, they were happy about my comments, but the Evertonians were upset. But I didn't want to say they were a small club. I wanted to say they were a small team. Some Evertonians, they come to me and say about what I did for the city, for we have the charity and all these things. So I have a very good connection with the city and not just with the Liverpool fans." And that's where I talked about, like, he left the door open. Basically, he didn't really distance himself from Everton or the Everton job. And he said that his priority is to manage in England, to manage in the Premier League. He said, "My family is here, I like the style of football here, I will try to be ready here. I'm watching the Serie A because it is a good league for me, but there in France, in Germany, in Portugal, I don't see too many options in these countries to have a project where you can develop players and make the team more competitive because probably just my comment, because of the lack of funds. In England you get a lot of money even if you finish in mid-table, so you can develop a club with the right signings. You can really take it up a level. And on beIN Sports, Andy Gray, the former Sky Sports pundit, and Richard Keys, and Andy Gray used to be an Everton striker, I think. They were not happy about this news. They said they could not make a more divisive appointment at Everton. And also a broadcaster, Mike Perry, said this on his social media, who is a radio presenter and he's a big Everton fan. He said, if Rafa Benitez is appointed Everton manager, I'm out of there. As a 60 years Everton season ticket holder, I will not accept a reject Liverpool manager at Goodison Park. It's a joke. The legends Bill Shankly and Harry Catterick will be sharing a glass of bemused whiskey tonight. And also an Everton fan replied to this, asking, of those managers available, he is probably the best one out there, but who would you have? Santos' agent will milk us. Eddie Howe and Graham Potter are not good enough. Galtier perhaps. I'm not keen myself, but we are not getting another top manager. Get real. And Mike Perry, the broadcaster, replied, you are clearly not an Evertonian, so please don't get involved in the emotional responsibility of somebody who is. So the Everton fans are already up in arms about this news. And he also tweeted at Everton, don't you dare do it, Mr. Moshiri, owner of Everton. Don't you dare. Rafa Benitez is a Liverpool legend. He should never have anything to do with Everton. All caps that was written in. So he's pretty angry, Mike Perry, and he's losing it on his Twitter account, and I'm absolutely loving every single minute of it. The fume of the Everton fans is always delicious to see. And yes, Rafa Benitez is a senior winner, so if you just take the emotion out of it, he's probably the best manager that Liverpool could get, that Everton could get, because he won the Spanish League twice with Valencia, as well as other trophies. He also won the UEFA Super Cup with Liverpool. He won with Inter Milan the Italian Super Cup, the FIFA Club World Cup, and with Napoli he won the Italian Cup as well as the Italian Super Cup. So I think he's probably the best manager that Everton could get. But yeah, let me know if you disagree with that. And Jamie Carragher has said that it's time for Liverpool to do another masterclass in the transfer window and refresh the team. He said every few years you need to refresh a team. Jurgen Klopp has done it twice before. When he first came in, it was Joel Matip, Wijnaldum and Sadio Mane in his first summer, and then Mo Salah the following summer, Virgil van Dijk the following January, and then Alisson in the summer. Those three players came in over the same 12-month period. The time has come to get three players in again who are capable of being starters, and I fully agree. Liverpool really need to step up and bring in a top-class talent, top-class players. But who we might bring in is for another video. I will continue doing the transfer news updates for you guys from tomorrow, so stay tuned. And don't forget, later a Liverpool Carry Mode episode is coming. So excited about that. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.